Welcome to Brasstown Valley Resort and Spa. I'm Charles Burton, the general manager. We have a beautiful facility here, 503 acres. It's a state-owned facility, 134 rooms at our resort, 18-hole championship golf course, beautiful horseback riding facility, wonderful spa, Equani Spa. It's opened in 2008. Great staff here, very welcoming. We look at this as a home away from home from anybody. Guests love it, say a lot of positive things about our staff, our food, our activities. Just a great place to come. 2 hours and 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta, a little over 2 hours from Asheville, North Carolina, right at 2 hours from Chattanooga, Tennessee. So we're very convenient, easy to get to, great location to come and enjoy a family getaway and still be close enough to get back home on Monday.
For all you guys just showing up at the 5th annual Horsin Around BBQ Showdown, just practice for these guys.
I can see through the holes on that dock, so it's fine.
What time is it?
48. We got more than enough time.
Just take your time, be calm, do what you do. Alright, have you seen anyone? Good check.
It was tender, moist, and had an excellent taste. My least favorite was number 4. It was very bland, dry, and just didn't care for it.
It's ironic, but my favorite was number 3 also. This one right here. It tasted almost like white meat, real good flavor, a little bit of kick. It was as close to perfection as I've had. This looked really good, number 4, but it was very dry, and it didn't have the moisture in it. And I think it's possibly because it's white meat, I believe.
Actually, the 5th entry was my favorite and had the best smoke flavor and a great flavor profile. And probably my least favorite would be number 4. It was cooked well, but just didn't have a whole lot of flavor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought 3 was the best. It had probably the most flavor. I'm not normally a Blues Hog fan, but I can taste the Blues Hog, and it actually tastes very good on that piece of chicken. Probably the least was number 4. It was dry and didn't, to me, have a lot of flavor.
I like the 3rd one. It just had a good flavor and it was moist. The least favorite was the 4th one. Although it had a really good chicken flavor, it was dry.
They are what they are.
Try to use big bunches, like I said, fill it up a little bit. presentation is one of the hardest points to get,
Absolutely.
and you work to get it. I mean, you don't know from judge to judge or competition to competition. They want to see that, ooh, man, that looks good. And
It's kind of hard to do when all you use is
them look
green.
good to me.
Kind of hard to make something
But it
like,
might not
ooh,
look
I want
good
to
to
eat that when all you have on it is green.
Well, that's just it. You don't want to get too much with one.
And you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to.
No, but I mean like some curls would be cute with some. Hold on, David, because I'm trying to make it so
I'm just cutting and going. Try to fill in any gaps we can do. Maybe put one here or there in the middle. That's all I'm trying to do is hide the open spaces. The rest of it I want it to show. So. It's all trial and error. You learn from your mistakes and you learn from what you can get away with.
Everybody does it different.
You don't get too much lopsided. Stick another one down in there.
This was my favorite. It was moist and very good. This was my least favorite. It was kind of dry and it had no sauce on it. And so that was the one I enjoyed the least.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Number 6 was my favorite. The tenderness was perfect, and it was sweet, yet it had a nice smoky flavor to it as well. Probably my least favorite was number 3. It had a nice smoky flavor, but it was a little tough.
My favorite was number 5. I thought it was a delicious meat. It was tender, pulled right to the bone. It had a nice aftertaste to it, and the meat was just really, really powerful. My least favorite was 135. It was dry and tough, and I think to me the rub just overpowered the meat. I couldn't quite taste the meat under there.
Okay, my favorite is number 6. It came off the bone good, and I liked the taste of it. My least favorite, actually, there's one, 2, 3. Number 4, it seems like the membrane was still in on it, which I guess maybe shouldn't affect anything, but I know I couldn't bite through it. And the third one, I think he just had a bad cut of meat. I think he might have been able to do better if he got a better piece, but it was good overall. Thank you.
Number 1 for me was number 6. I liked the flavor. I thought the tenderness was pretty good. And the worst was number 3. I thought it was a little too salty, and the meat was pretty tough.
Oh man, I felt like number 1 was the best. I felt like it was cooked the best. The taste was just a little off, but it was nothing to be alarmed about. The worst piece of meat was number 3. It was extremely tough. I do think it was the cut of meat that he had, and it did have a decent taste, but it was just extremely tough and hard to get off the bone.
Okay. Like the number 122 the best. It had a perfect balance of smoke, natural meat flavors with a great spice to it. As far as one that I least liked was probably the 128 here, which was a little overbearing with the smoke and wasn't able to taste as much of the natural meat flavors in there in the pork.
Okay.
Yep.
One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think my least favorite one was number 3. My sample was actually rather burned on the outside, and not just crispy bark, but burned, really almost charcoal, which ruined the taste for me. The 5th one was my favorite entry. It was very tender without going to mush. had a really nice flavor. It wasn't too strongly done. It could have used a little more smoke and a little more spice as far as I was concerned, but excellent product in any event.
Number 1 looked really good in the box. It was a great presentation. It had a good flavor to it, although it was a tad mushy, a little overcooked. Number 2 had a good color to it. It was very tender, had a very good flavor. Number 3 looked a little dry. It didn't have a whole lot of flavor to it. I really didn't like number 3. Number 4, it looked good in the box. It looked nice and moist. However, it did have a strong aftertaste. Number 5, it looked good in the box, had good color to it. It was very tender, had a very good flavor. Number 5, by the way, was my favorite. And number 6, it looked dry, it tasted dry. It was very sweet aftertaste. I didn't really care for it.
Numbers 1 and 5 were my favorites. They looked great in the box, excellent appearance, and they were moist and flavorful. Numbers 3 and 6 were my least favorites. Both were dry, very little taste, and so 2 and 4 were a little bit overcooked for me.
To me, it was a mediocre box. 1 and 5 were decent. Number 6 had such a strong flavor you couldn't tell what you were eating. But by and large, there were a lot of pieces that were on the overcooked side.
Of these 6 entries, number 1 and number 5 were my 2 favorites. They looked good. They were both just a little bit overcooked, and by overcooked I mean they were almost mushy. Number 3 was crunchy. It's a big piece of bark. It's all I had to choose from. There was nothing left in the box, so it's crunchy and not much flavor. Number 6 looked dry, tasted dry, and as I was not real wild about the flavor of it.
Brisket box here at the Jack's New South Side. And this is by far, not my favorite box to build, but by far my favorite product to eat. I love it. First off, what you're going to do, you're going to measure your box, the slices individually. And I've come to find out my blade is the same exact length as I need my slices. So I come over here and I run it down exactly where I want it, how I want it. Make a damn checks and balance. Make sure you get it right. Get one shot at it. Just one. Beautiful as usual. These are Wagyu Snake River Farm briskets. You cannot go wrong with a Snake River Farm brisket. Not gonna happen. See all that fat? That will be taken care of, cut off, so on and so on. Y'all just keep up with that clock for me. Standard and also the judge's standard. And apparently their standards are a lot higher than mine, because I throw this all as a glob in the box. That's how I roll. Well, hell yeah. consistent as possible when you're doing your slices. Use your hands and your head. Remain focused. When you're playing with your meat, things can go wrong. And you just got to know exactly what she wants when she wants it. There's so many dirty references to barbecue. I love it.
It's the only place you can talk about.
Oh, I know. And I'd so take advantage of it.
Play with your meat in public.
You can't rub my meat, or can you? I've used a few. What's another one? Snag those burn ends. This is when it gets fun. Trim the fat, literally trim the fat.
They say the judges don't like a mouthful of fat.
No, they do not. As I said, back to the standard. Treat others as you would like to be treated. I really wouldn't like a whole slop of fat on mine either, honestly. That's not my cup of tea. As I said, you show it some love, and the results at the end of the day usually show me some love.
They give you some love back.
That's exactly right. It's a give and take thing. Give a little, receive a little, and then you take $1,000. That's the taking part. That is at least the motivation for today. To get to be the Young Harris Brasstown Valley Resort Grand Champion of 2012. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Watch that back finger, if you will. This is fine. The juice is trying to run.
There's no cuddling here, bro. No cuddling here. This ain't no. See, in this sanction, like some other small sanctions, I'm not going to key in the name. Cuddling can be an issue, and here they understand it's a barbecue contest and things are going to get messy, because I'm a messy individual, honestly. I'm a nasty. Look at this. See, I'm ADD, have attention span of a squirrel, and I got my man over here. He's OCD, perfectionist. He cleans it up how it needs to be cleaned. And like I said, some puddling rules and all that. That's gets to be ridiculous.
You grab me two.
Honestly, don't understand it. They kind of start thinking it's like a beauty contest. Hell, this garnish is too much for me. This ain't no salad contest. It's a damn meat competition.
It's a meat contest?
Absolutely.
Where you can show off your meat.
That's it. Show it off. My long, thick piece of meat. That's exactly what I want to show. That's what they're going to get.
Is it a long, thick, sleek piece of meat?
That's it. Juicy, full of wonder, mysterious. It's always a mystery until you put it in your mouth.
As long as it's not mystery meat.
No.
It's not spam or anything.
No, my meat is nowhere near the category of spam. High quality only. You sliced me in the arm. You got it hot, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, we do. What, hey, what's that time? 25. It just opened?
Yeah, watch your front here so it doesn't puddle outside. This hot juice stains a lot worse than any other sauces.
Yes, it does.
It stains up the edge of the box.
Well, they are. Back to the point with them and their standards. God dang, it's really. And that's what we do do as a professional, you're supposed to adapt to what they, what they prefer, and that's exactly what makes you the best, or consider yourself the best. You got to adapt and do what's necessary to win, and that's what we do out here. I mean, my team, my father's team, that's what he's taught me. One thing he has taught me, consistency. Not that, no. That's one thing, but winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. And that's exactly what we do, is win. You got those, now we're good. One more slice and I'm done.
You got to roll 10.
What?
You got to roll 10.
How many's in there?
You got 9 right now.
You got 10.
Whole cow final and shoulders.
Nice.
And whole hog.
Daddy final and shoulder and whole hog?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about when when we're referring to damn winning, the old man still got it. He's the reason I do what I do. But that right there proves we're all about winning. We know what it takes to win. And here today at Young Harris at Brasstown Valley Resort, we expect nothing less than victory. Nothing less. Alright, here we go. Throwing in these burn ends. Here comes the burn ends, the judge's favorite part. Absolutely the favorite part. The eyes roll in the back of their head when they start eating this stuff. I don't see why not, because Jackson himself prepared it. I mean, why wouldn't they have a little orgy in their mouth?
Well, you want to make them.
Talking about mouth orgies, God almighty. What is the age group during this film?
And it's it's mouth feel.
For mature audiences only.
Viewer discretion is advised.
28? Alright, we about to be done. So put that one in the box. Me and Andy used to do go-kart racing, and he was driver, I was big crew, and we always got a good team. 29. Good balance.
Come off the
We
track.
have to have people that are well balanced.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a nitty-gritty guy. One guy likes to get dirty and nasty, and then you gotta have a guy, which he doesn't mind doing that, but he's a perfectionist, and that's what you need on your team, someone that wants nothing but perfection. Surround yourself with greatness, and your team will be great.
Watch these pieces right here.
Okay. Down there, look how dirty I'm getting. Sorry.
Making my job fun, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm here. Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, watch get it in there, because I can't. It's hard to get it out.
It's hard to get it out.
Yeah, once it's in there, it's hard to get it out. Tough business.
Time?
129. 130. 130.
Hey, you see that right there? Get your hand in and get that little string piece right there. Crunch slice. See it?
Get out of here.
Oh, Lordy. It is a hot. For folks out there are watching this and y'all you can't take into consideration how hot it's hotter than hellfire itself here at Young Harris. Approximately, what, 1:30ish? God damn, it's hot.
In the shade.
It's 1:30?
Yeah, on the dot.
1:30 on the dot, folks.
Number 1 was really good, had some really good flavoring in it. I also like number 5, it had really good flavor. My least favorite would probably be number 3. It just didn't have much flavor at all.
The one I liked best was number 5. I think it was very tender, and it was excellent flavor. And my least favorite was number 3. Mine was kind of dry and not much flavor to it.